Hello guys, welcome again. So sorry, yesterday I had some technical issues, that's why I couldn't be online. So let's talk about Bitcoin today. Right now actually I'm in long position, but I think it's only just maybe this week, because if we don't see a pump maybe today or tomorrow, Bitcoin will just crash. So I will explain why in this live stream. So let me show you first why I'm in long position. In long position is because in 4-hour chart we have a buy signal forming right now, and as I said before, I just follow with my seasonal trading. ADX is negative here, that means this move is weak, it's getting weaker, and also the buy signal in momentum is gonna show up very soon, and also the volume is still above the MA55. So in the short term I am looking for actually a potential bounce, looking for $111,000 around this area is the short-term resistance. Now let's talk about 12-hour chart. I mean in the following days, as you can see here, the momentum is still to the upside, but there is a problem, a huge problem right now with Bitcoin. There is no volume. Bitcoin actually, as you can see here, is making new lows all the time in volume. This low is lower than this one, and so on, right? So the volume is trending to the downside. Now what is this telling me? It's very simple. Bitcoin is wasting time. It's doing kind of the same thing when actually Bitcoin was here around $120,000. Now Bitcoin is doing something similar. We don't have volume here, and as you can see here, the volume over after 3 days is making a new low. What is this telling me? Well, we have actually a problem. Bitcoin is not supported by volume. So if you don't see Bitcoin pumping this week, I mean today or tomorrow, breaking 115k, actually 14k is the resistance around there, get ready, because next week we could see a continuation and around this area. That means Bitcoin just will be just in sideways here, and after that will continue crashing all the way down to 100k. Yeah, so now this is in 1-day chart, but let me show you something. As I said before, Bitcoin in weekly chart, right, in weekly chart is doing something very interesting. Is actually breaking, well, not breaking, testing the zero line here. This zero line here in volume is extremely important, because the last fake out was in June 2024 when Bitcoin actually was at around $62,000. It was a fake out because Bitcoin from here just bounced, and after that we saw another pump right to 120k. But historically speaking, every time when we see the close below this line here, we can start calling for the bear market. Let me show you the reasons. Let me show you why. Yeah, let me show you here. We have here this break to the downside, this one as well, and also we have another one. Yes, here we have in the beginning, we have here. So if we check what happened with Bitcoin in the red lines, let me show you here. Bitcoin in 2021, it was a 40k approximately, and from there crashed like 60% all the way down to 17k. And if we see Bitcoin here in 2018, remember $6,000 was the strongest support in 2018, and after that Bitcoin crashed to $3,000, 56% crash. And from here it took longer, but well, from this signal to here around 76%. So if we see this close this week, and Bitcoin is not pumping yet ready, because I will be very comfortable to say Bitcoin actually found the top. Yeah. Now, just using volume, right? But one more thing I want to show you. Not because I see this drop, I will just short Bitcoin. Of course not. I can go enter in long position. I can open short, but what I'm trying to say is, in the big picture, there is a probability. If we see this close this week and Bitcoin is not pumping from here, yeah, it could be maybe 50%. Let me fix this. 50% Bitcoin should be around maybe 50K, yeah, by the end of the year. Of course, historically speaking. But now, one more thing is price action is very important as well, and the turn is my friend till the end. Even if I know that, I know Bitcoin is crashing to 100K, I will open long positions, right? Because I am expecting a bounce. I will just protect my entry, and if we see a sell signal here again in the future, I will just close my position. What I'm trying to say, I will not hold Bitcoin. I will not just hold and wait for the best. No, I will just continue using my system of trading, but I know overall, in the long term, Bitcoin is gonna do something like this. Okay, so that's why Bitcoin is bullish. Yes, we could see a fake out. Yes, we don't have the confirmation. We need to wait for the confirmation. Yeah, even if Bitcoin crash to 100K, at least for me, is a buy opportunity. Why? Because the trend is my friend until the end, right? So if I see Bitcoin at 100K, I will open longs, looking for a bounce. But if that doesn't happen, well, you will see the next target is going to be around 70K. So that's why be careful here. If you are very, very bullish, looking for I don't know, $1 million as usual, right? But there are very strong signals, like actually Bitcoin. We are very close to see the top of the market, actually. So now let me show you one more thing. In 3D chart, what Bitcoin is doing. Same thing. We don't have volume here. The momentum is still to the downside, but it's gonna change as long as Bitcoin is holding this level, and potentially we could see this bounce. In short, whatever bounce you see for Bitcoin, if we see the close in the volume in weekly chart below zero line, at least with my system of trading, it's gonna be a sell opportunity. Yeah, of course you can open longs, but take profits, please. It's not like holding forever. But overall, in the big picture, every bounce you see here, bouncing here, is a short. Yeah. Now, as example, let me show you what happened in 2021. In 2021, Bitcoin actually dropped, yeah, and after that a bounce, after 3 months, and after that a major drop. So something like this is like actually I am looking for right now. Yeah, next year, not this year. I think Bitcoin will be in sideways, a potential maybe a small bounce November, December. I think everything is gonna start potentially in 2026, maybe the Q1 of 2026. If I show you USD dominance is looking super bullish. I am very bullish here. So I should be more bearish for Bitcoin, but I don't want to do that because the fact is Bitcoin is still an uptrend. Of course, following just price action, but based on volume, that actually is going to change. It could change actually very fast in the following months. So if you see the monthly here, I am very bullish here, very bullish. This is actually wonderful. Looking for in the long term for maybe 89%, yeah, around this area. So Bitcoin, if you see USD dominance reaching this level, is because Bitcoin will crash maybe 70%. But I am very bullish here. Look at this buy signal here. Volume is excellent here. Volatility contraction here. This is a setup I usually like to buy when I see these kind of things. Wow, it's amazing. So what we can expect for all the altcoins, all of them will just crash. Okay. Of course, we have to wait. In my case, I am, as I said before, in the short term, I am in long position. Yes, but I will not hold my position. I will just wait, protect my entry. And if I see a sell signal in my system, I will just take my profits. I am not planning to hold and just stay here forever. No, of course not. Investing, the opportunity for investing was in 2022. Right now, if you want to invest, it's up to you. Of course, your money, whatever you do. But buying Bitcoin after a 600% pump is not very smart, right? Look at this. From the bottom to the top is around 600%. So for me, it's not very smart investing right now in not just only Bitcoin, any asset like actually is that this expensive. For Bitcoin, you want to wait for at least 70% crash. That actually for me in that moment makes sense to actually keep buying again. Right now at this price is $37,000 is around 70%. 75 is around 30K. Yeah. In average, every time when Bitcoin is crashing, it actually is crashing around 70-75%. So that is the moment for investing. Not now, not this year. I think you wanna use DCA, it's up to you. In my case, I don't like DCA because it's DCA, at least in my opinion, is for people like they don't know what they are doing. So just yeah, it's not my own opinion, right? They just buy here, they buy here, they buy here, they buy here, hoping one day it's gonna reverse. And it's okay. It's okay. If you don't have time, totally fine. But in my case, I have a system of trading, so I buy, or usually I try to buy and sell in the right time. Okay, now let's continue with more. Bitcoin dominance, actually, let me show you. It's very interesting here. What I said before, no alt season. No alt season. There is no evidence of alt season. We have ADX negative, buy signal here. This thing is pumping. Will keep pumping like this. Okay, like this. Now, let's continue with more. I think with all the market, I think we just will follow Bitcoin from now on. I think Ethereum, for example, there is a very high probability it's gonna crash so bad because we have a very strong better variance. Let me show you here in the monthly. We have a very strong better variance. We don't have momentum. We don't have nothing here. This thing is gonna crash very bad, all the way down to maybe 2,200 in maybe next year. So that's why. What I'm trying to say here is like you have to be not super bullish, not super bearish. Always try to see the both sides of the market and follow your seasonal trading. Yeah. Don't follow your emotions. Don't buy because you are greedy, or don't buy or don't sell because you are scared about the crash or whatever. Don't watch the news. They are just useless because most of the news they come after something happened, right? So if something terrible happened in the world, the news will not tell you to how to avoid that, right? No, they will tell you after that happened. It's the same thing with the markets. Yeah. Now, let's continue with the stock market because it's something. Actually, yesterday happened something very, very interesting. Let me show you here, and the first one I want to show you is gold because actually gold is doing something very interesting here. In the chart, if you read the news. Oh, gold crash. Oh, it's crashing. Gold is crashing 5%. Seriously, nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Actually, for me, it is a beautiful buy signal. It's a beautiful opportunity to buy gold again. If you see a pullback, the trend is your friend until the end, and just buy and continuation. Simple, very simple. You see? That's why be careful what you read, all the news, all the crypto groups you are, because you have to actually learn how to do that by yourself. Or if you have money, well, get a mentor. They are not cheap. Professional traders, they are not cheap. I can tell you right now, they are not cheap because they are making money. If you want to learn from them how to make money, of course it's gonna be expensive. So now let me show you more. Silver, as you can see here, we had this pullback, but it's just a pullback. Look at this. ME55, 45, for $45 around there, and from there I will be bullish, looking for continuation. The trend is your friend until the end, as I said before. So that's why be careful with the news, because now, oh my God, AI, OpenAI, whatever, right? Yeah, Amazon, right? I remember Amazon, the major. Something happened with Amazon a few days ago. Like all the services just went down, and let's see if actually was very terrible for Amazon. Nothing happened. You see, nothing happened. The chart is the same. Nothing happened, right? That's the thing. The news are so dramatic. Oh my God, the pandemic. Yeah, sure, the pandemic, and the best buy opportunity since 2020. The best buy opportunity. Right? Yeah, Netflix. Oh my God, it's because they don't have enough subscribers anymore. Best buy opportunity. Best buy opportunity. Here. If you continue following news, you will miss very good opportunities like this one. This one was one of the best opportunities in the market since 2021, 2022, and I remember very well. It's because Netflix, for first time, doesn't have enough subscribers or something like that. Really, fuck it, I don't care. Sorry my words, sorry bad words, but this is a buy opportunity. Why? Because when you just watch 1 hour chart, of course it's terrible, right? It's looking very bad, but you see the bigger picture. It's looking better and better, and oh my god, 3 months chart, beautiful. You see what I mean? The problem here is that people want to make money yesterday. I mean, they want to just buy and tomorrow they want to be millionaires. No, that is not reality. You see YouTubers with the Lambo and that kind of things, they are YouTubers. Yeah, they are YouTubers. That's why they want to, the hook. They want to take you right in that idea that you can buy your Lambo tomorrow. But no, it takes time. You can do that, yes, but eventually you will do that. But you actually follow a system and you learn how to do that properly. Yeah, Netflix following the ME55 here in 3 month chart, right? We know something like this. Yeah, every time is testing this ME55, a huge buy opportunity. The last opportunity was in 2012 and 2022. 10 years to have this big opportunity. So now I think Netflix will continue pumping. Let's continue with Nvidia. Same thing. Nvidia is gonna crash. Yes, definitely. I think so. Technically speaking, in weekly chart in the monthly is looking at a crash. Yeah, but well, media will say crash, but in my case, it's just a pullback up to buy more. If you see Nvidia next year crashing, like the media is gonna say, it's a buy opportunity. Okay, so that's why careful here. Careful with what you read, how you actually they are selling you the news. And just be careful actually, because you will miss so good opportunities. For example, Adobe, remember, is still for me. I am holding this, looking for the buy signal in the monthly, potentially next month, and I am looking for a potential test to maybe 540 around there. And why? Because we are gonna have a buy signal in the monthly chart, and also in the weekly chart we have a bullish divergence, beautiful bullish divergence. This is consolidation, at least for me. So the is like this. This is like this. Very simple. Also Colgate is actually doing very well. We are gonna have a buy signal very soon, looking for maybe $90, around 90 from here, around 20%. Intel, right? For example, yesterday, 2 days ago, I told you the news. Oh, Intel is losing the game. Intel, blah blah blah, AI, whatever. Yes, yeah, sure. Let's see. Actually, if the chart actually is saying the same thing. What is this? Beautiful uptrend. Yeah, this is an uptrend. But it's broken here. No, it's not broken. It was a fake out. It's gonna be broken if from here Intel gets rejected, and after that continuation. Yes, but not yet. We have to wait. There is no evidence about it right now. Let's talk about, for example, Nike. Volatility is extremely low. This chart is for the next 3 years, but this is like this, and I will keep it like this. If everything is okay, I will be here in 2028 telling you, hey, do you remember in 2025? This is like this. Maybe Nike will be here. But people, they are not patient. They don't want to wait. Sony is doing great. You see, this is actually beautiful. Volatility is very low, but well, never mind. Tesla. I don't have any issues with Tesla. Yeah, if we see the weekly chart, yeah, testing new all-time high, potentially new all-time high, testing the previous all-time high, potentially we'll see a new all-time high maybe very soon, maybe this year. Yeah, definitely, yes. ADX is positive. We don't have a better divergence. Volume is healthy, so why not? Yeah. Okay, now let's continue with the SP500. The SP500, I don't have any concerns about this thing, because as you can see, volume is trending to the upside. Weekly chart is very good. Of course, when the volume is very healthy like this, making new highs, this is a fake out. Yeah, that's why volume is my leading indicator. Okay. Of course, if you see a pullback, remember the news will say, oh my god, the stock market crash. No, it's a buy opportunity, my friend. It's a buy opportunity. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let me continue with crypto. If you have any questions, suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Okay. Okay. Now I am in long position. My position is at $107,700. I am here. I am here. Let me show you. I open a long position here. And why? Because I am trading 4-hour chart. If I want to trade 1 hour 4-hour chart, I use 1-hour chart as a trigger, looking for this bullish divergence. As you can see here, we have this bullish divergence forming here, right? And here, and with the ADX negative and buy signal here, I open my long position here, hoping this move is going to be strong enough to trigger 4-hour chart buy signal. If we see this signal, potentially we could see maybe today and tomorrow Bitcoin at 112. Yeah, and something like this, and in the next sell signal in 4-hour chart, I am planning to close my position. Okay. Okay, now let me continue. Yes, Bebo. Yeah, sure, no problem. Let me go to stocks and let me add here. Okay, is this one? I don't think it's this one. I don't think so. Is this one? Maybe another one. Could you be more specific? Because you say 0.64 cents, but the price of this one is around 3.50. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Is this one? Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, this thing is in a major downtrend. I will be careful here with this thing. Looks like you like gambling here, because this thing is actually yes. Okay, you bought at 64. Oh my God, you bought a knife. Very risky. Very risky, I have to say. It's very risky. Without, well, maybe you use the volume profile here, but very risky move. Very risky move. If I will be you, I just protect my entry. Protect your entry here. Yeah. Very risky move, honestly. In my case, I wouldn't do that. But now you're in very good position here to just protect your entry. And if this thing can break this area, oh my God, you will make a lot of money. But because in my case I don't hope, right? I'm hoping you can go to church and you can, I don't know, whatever. But here is a business. If you bought here and the target is the MI55, as you can see here, this is the time for me to start taking profits, at least half of my profits. Yeah. But if you're bullish here and you say this thing is gonna be, as you said, reversal, and from here to the moon, just protect your entry and let's see if you were right, maybe in the following months. Okay. In my case, if I am in your position, if I will be in your position, I bought here, I will just close my position here, enjoying my profits. In my case, right? But it's just me. Okay. Cacao. Okay. Is this one in Korean? Cacao Corp. Is this one? I never seen this. Let me see. Oh, one. Okay. Let me see. It's an uptrend. This is an uptrend. Uptrend, bullish divergence. There is no volume here, so this is the area to start taking profits here. The bullish divergence was here, the target was here. That's all. It looks like this thing is gonna enter in sideways for a long time. Okay. DAX. Okay. Wow, this is very bullish. Very bullish. I am very bullish here. Looking for buy signal, ADX negative here. Sorry, sell signal. Looking for a potential pullback, but you see this pullback, it's gonna be a buy opportunity. Okay, the trend is your friend until the end. Okay, Very simple. Very, very simple. Okay, gold, I actually already checked gold. Uh, it's very simple. Wait for the ME55 on the chart. Very simple. Yeah, very simple. Now, one of the altcoins I want to short, I will short eventually maybe this year, is this one. This one, Zcash, is just garbage. It's the first generation of altcoins. I usually don't trade in futures, but this is an obvious pump and dump. So, in my case, right, no financial advice, right, you can do whatever you want, but in my case, I am looking for a potential better divergence here, something like this. And from here, I will be more than happy to short zero this thing. Okay, now let's continue with more. Let's talk about Cardano. Cardano in 1 day chart is well, it's still wasting time. No volume. There is no volume to support this thing. I think eventually it's gonna hit around 1.20 cents, 27 cents, maybe again. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, my God, volume was destroyed. No volume here. Breaking the low of June. Yep, no, this thing is gonna keep crashing potentially all the way down to maybe 40 cents, especially if Bitcoin crash next week. Let me see the monthly. It's very simple. The game is very simple. If you see this month Cardano closing below 0.50, game over. Game over, because this thing is gonna hit again 0.20 cents, 0.27 cents. But this area has been support for a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually when you see 5, 6 times, is gonna break down. So the next target should be around 0.08. After maybe 3 or 4 years, I said that I am looking for Cardano to hit this level again, and it's actually think it's gonna hit that level again. Okay, guys, I think that's all. That's all for today. Let's recap for Bitcoin in 4 hour chart. Is at the time frame I am trading right now. My setup is very simple. Let me show you here. Very, very simple. Here, $107,000, 600. Yep. My stop loss usually is risk and reward ratio is around 2. It's around 2. So, for example, here 2 should be around here. I'm looking for 115, potentially yes. My stop loss is very straightforward actually. Usually when it's in short term, because I am using only one thing. I am using only 3x leverage. I am not using 5, 10, 20. No, only 3x. Only 3x for me, because I am not gambling. Okay, if you're using 5x, it's fine. But if you are 100% sure what you're doing, you are using more than 5x in leverage, is because you are gambling. Okay. In my case, in 4 hour chart, I like to use 1.5% of loss, because in total it's gonna be around 3%, 4% of my capital. But yeah, usually it's like this. But in this case, I'm gonna add maybe around 2%, because just in case I don't want to see if it's a new low, of course, Bitcoin is gonna just keep crashing to 100k. So that's why I am very defensive here. Yeah, my stop loss is around $105,000, but my target should be around 115. Now, if we see this area is gonna be again the ME55 in 1 day chart around the resistance here. This is the resistance, you see. This is the resistance. So my target should be around here. Anyway, now I am in profit, a little bit in profit. So my stop loss is not a stop loss anymore. What I did right now is just I moved the stop above my entry, and if Bitcoin just crash from here, I will just pay the fees of the exchange. That is actually risk management, you see. Okay, guys, I think that's all. Thank you for watching today. I hope you are